Well, good afternoon. I'm going to practice my serve a little bit, and I'm in my living room, so I'm going to push the couch away. It's always nice to have a wooden floor. You can always put some wax on it, and then, boy, you can really slide in a wood floor. And I don't know why people have carpet, but I guess they do. They like the dust mites or whatever. But here I'm practicing in my living room, and I'm practicing, I can practice with a short racket. I want to be safe whatever I do. These fans are made to spin, so I'm just kind of dusting them, putting a couple pillowcases on top of it and just dusting them off, I guess. And I'm practicing my serve, an overhead motion. And actually, I can use a shorter racket or a longer racket, and I can sit in a chair, or I can get on my knees, and that might be a good way, is to practice on your knees. And I'm just practicing here in my living room, and I'm hitting up in the ball, okay? I'm focusing I'm practicing the serve, and so I'm just practicing a service motion. And so my daughter just came in, Joy, and she probably thinks I'm nuts that I practice tennis a lot, but she studies a lot, so we try to combine that, studying and practicing tennis. And so here I'm practicing, and I can practice both hands, right-handed and left-handed. Even though my left hand's still sore, I can practice the serve motion, okay, using both hands.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm lifting, I'm practicing, keep my head up, and just pushing, and lifting up, and pushing that ball, or hitting that ball. And so I'm practicing serving on my knees, heads up, always keep your head up. Most people, if you drop your head, you want to keep your head up as you serve. And remember, serving is like a throwing motion, so you want to get a real loose and fluid motion. And so right now I'm just practicing, and so it's a great way of practicing. And so one hand I have a different motion, the other one I have a different motion as I serve, two different motions, but that's okay. One I take my racket a pendulum motion, the other one I take it behind my back. And so it's just a great way of practicing. I hope this is creative. Whatever you do, try to be safe in the house so you don't break anything. And so this is just a great way of practicing, and it's something I do every day, so it keeps me in shape. And I work at night, so I get a chance to practice at home tennis during the day. And hopefully it's going to get nice enough outside, and this fear that people have about being outside will diminish, and people will be more comfortable playing tennis and sports. And so I encourage you to find ways to practice at home, and I hope this is helpful. It's just a great way to keep in shape and be able to work on your skills. And so here I'm using a creative way to practice, and I'm finding the ball with my racket, feeling the ball with my strings, and then following through. Always a follow through. Okay, and so here it's like a throwing motion. Sometimes I'll take it like an axe, and I'll hit the edge of the towel like this. Or there's different ways I can practice. So I encourage you to practice, finding creative ways to practice at home.